I got the Wolf home numbers for you. 2.17 goals against and 928, 3 shutouts all on home ice, 15, 6, and 2.
Yeah. I mean, that I know there's a spirited debate about who's going to win Rookie of the Year. And I actually had it last night off air with some people in Philadelphia. I called the Philadelphia-Ottawa game. And, you're watching the Mitchkov kid there. So they're all biased in Philadelphia, right? And I just simply said, I'm in the media room and you're surrounded by lots of Philadelphia media. And I said, well, Dustin Wolf wins it for me if Calgary gets into the playoffs. I just said, I'm sorry. That's, and of course, you're a goalie hugger. You used to play for the Flames, all of that type of stuff. Yes, I said, I agree. I'm not going to, argue on that point. But also, he's been their MVP. He has been their best player, their most consistent. I mean, am I wrong with that assessment?
No, they're a bottom 5 team without him, in my opinion.
Right. So, that is the definition of somebody who's been special, had a special season. And it's no slight on Mitchkov. It's no slight on Lane Hutson. It's no slight on Celebrini, who I think is an absolute superstar stud. It's just, if there is a separator, if those 4 are all lined up, maybe Montreal makes the playoffs. So you got to go Lane Hutson. Now, should the playoffs, I guess my question back to you 3 is, should the playoffs be a separator?
I think for Wolf, it has to be just because he's carrying the load. I feel less so about Celebrini, Mitchkov, and Lane Hutson. Like Mitchkov's getting put in the rafters by Torts. Like them not being a playoff team, I don't put that on him.
I agree. But that was the biggest argument, is saying, okay, so what if Wolf stands on his head and Calgary misses by 1 point? Do you take it away from him? And I said, it's actually a great argument, because then now I just said the playoffs could be the separator for him. That was my argument. If they don't make the playoffs, if all 4 of these guys don't make the playoffs, now it's a crapshoot. Then it's whoever's voting, whoever feels. I still am leaning Wolf, but I could see the other 3 winning as well. They've all been fantastic in their first seasons. But that's why I'm leaning, okay, if Calgary can make the playoffs, for me, that's Wolf slam dunk for me.
Okay, so build me the case why anyone should vote for Mitchkov over Celebrini. Because I think Celebrini missed time and has impressed more as a younger man on a worse team.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to look at their stats. I don't have their stats right in front of me, but I think we said last night Mitchkov has 7 power play goals, I think. So he's not getting, Torts is not giving him the power play time and all of that. I believe that was the stat we used last night. So he is getting some 5-on-5 play. There is the, bad team scenario. Same thing as San Jose. I personally, having watched both of them live, now several times, I would give it to Celebrini over Mitchkov personally, because I think Celebrini does more, and I think Celebrini being 18, what is Mitchkov, 20, 21?
Yeah, it's just he's played 10 less games. He's got better numbers across the board. I don't see it being close.
Celebrini would be every day of the week for me, because I think Celebrini is more of a complete player. You dig into his analytics. I remember looking, I think at one point he was number 1 in loose puck recoveries in the league.
Yeah.
As an 18-year-old, that's an unreal stat. That could be a separator for me with Celebrini. And Lane Hutson, I look at him, I don't think he had a great defensive start, but he's really started to settle in as an everyday player playing big minutes. And every time he's on the ice, he is a guy that brings you to the edge of your seat. He does have that Quinn Hughes vibe, like where it's like this guy can create something out of nothing, and he's playing with a ton of confidence. So if I had to rank them just personally, I go Wolf, Celebrini, Hutson, Mitchkov, but I don't think it's a thin, razor thin margin.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out more of our content right here on the Flames Nation YouTube page. We had a bunch of great long form interviews. You can check out some videos we've done as well outside of the studio. And of course, if you want more writing or merchandise stuff, flamesnation.ca or nationgear.ca. Appreciate you watching.